So now I would like to bring to the stage the Made in China module, the best module in reality.
This module explored the concepts of entrepreneurship through the driving question: how do different entrepreneurial frameworks vary in their impacts and successes? Which sectors of society are impacted by my specific entrepreneurial framework, and what are some of these impacts? Thomas from the Bahamas and Eng from Thailand will now tell you more about the best module.
Hi again, it's Ing.
And I'm Thomas from the Bahamas.
So today we are going to be talking to you about our module, Made in China.
So, what is entrepreneurship? We've been asking ourselves this question throughout the entire term. And the answer is,
For us, entrepreneurial spirit means a mindset and an attitude that drives your passion. This means you are willing to go through a process and you're willing to drive your passions to its very most highest potential.
so I think most of you would think that a very successful startup always starts with you pushing out your first product, first away, your real life thing. But it always doesn't start with that. It always starts with an idea in your mind. And as long as you push that out into something as a format, either that being a product or on a piece of paper or in a document, you've already begun the process of a startup.
So the process of our startup, as we learned from our lovely guest speaker, Lynn, is divided into 4 sections. First, you start an idea. So you start with a problem and what you want to do. And then you start building your business model, where you will be starting to learn about how you're going to sell things, and then you're going to test this business module. So this is where the hardest part comes in. So you're going to be changing and improving your business model. Then, once you have a stable business model, you will start to grow and expand your business.
So our 2 summatives for this module was to create a game that involves the entrepreneurial spirit and a business pitch that revolves around our dreams and passions and put it into a company.
So over the course of our module, we have been given the opportunity to go into many different companies and startup companies and learn about what they have done. So for example, we went to a fashion company.
We went to a car parts company, and his clients included BMW and all these big name car companies.
And now, we will give the stage to our classmates. There will be 2 business pitches, which will wow you with their a little bit fictional businesses that they have been working on. And then myself and my partner will be talking to you about the game that we have started to create.
So now for the next business pitch, I'm going to have Xavier, my teammate and business partner, join me on the stage.
Hey everyone, my name is Xavier Jones,
And I'm Monica.
and together we are Current Energy.
So our team is made up by the 2 of us. Xavier's the director of engineering, and I'm the head of marketing in the company.
Together we make up Current, an energy company that installs tidal turbines to provide an amazing new energy source, tidal power. This project comes from a place of passion for the environment. We want our kids and our kids' kids to enjoy the wonders of nature untainted and unspoiled.
So yeah, that isn't going to happen if the carbon emissions that are being released by the energy industry keep happening. So we're here to bring a solution and to bring the number of carbon emissions being released by the energy industry down.
The main problem today is that energy companies, including oil and coal things, are producing crazy amounts of greenhouse gases, and humans continue to use these fossil fuels in day-to-day life. There is also a problem in the lack of accessibility of electricity in remote areas located near bodies of water.
So these two problems lead to a lot of possible investigation and further research into the field of renewable energy, and we decided to look at tidal energy.
Sorry. One of our solution here at Current is to introduce tidal energy into the market. Tidal power is a constant source of energy that will never run out and never slow down. Turbines in the sea could take advantage of this constant pressure and produce endless amounts of green energy effectively forever.
So, in a few words, what we're going to do is take the water current and make an electrical current.
So, about our turbines. Ocean currents are in most areas of the sea, and they are constant and never-ending. Our turbines will be placed at the bottom of the sea, taking advantage of this huge amount of water moving from place to place. The tides push the current and spin the turbine like a wind turbine or a dam, and that produces energy, which then is transported through underwater cables onto the land.
So, why is tidal energy better than other types of energy? Well, there's numerous reasons. First one, it's very long-lasting energy. It has a very long future. It's not a temporary solution, but it's a permanent solution to renewable energy. Tides can be predicted, so they can be relied on for stable electricity. Furthermore, they can be applicable on any single body of water with a current. So there's lots of places we can apply our turbines. It's not limited by space. Lastly, there's many reasons why tidal energy is better, but the last one that we're going to mention is that there's lots of room for experimentation and research in the topic, because it's a very new energy that hasn't been given many attention. And we believe we can make a change and make this a very accessible type of energy for everyone.
We have some advantages over the other two major products in our industry, which are solar and wind energy. Solar panels are made up of expensive materials which involve a very toxic production. Furthermore, it requires lots of space, which is another resource that we're running out of in the world. And underwater, there is virtually infinite space which can be taken advantage of, which we are barely tapping into. The other competitor is wind energy, which involves wind turbines, which, for one thing, wind isn't very reliable, it's very unpredictable, and most wind turbines only work at 30% capacity a majority of the time, whereas underwater turbines are completely predictable and work almost constantly.
So, of course, we have to consider the impact that a company is going to have on the environment to be considered an ethical company. So, our turbines are very big machines. However, the tide will never make the turbine spin fast enough to really have an effect on the marine life that's passing through, as well as we will make sure to install these turbines in areas that have low traffic of marine life. For these two reasons, we believe that tidal turbines will not cause a threat to the marine ecosystem, as well as they would only bring solutions to green energy.
Another thing that our underwater turbines will do is provide a space for restoration of corals. Coral degradation is a huge problem that's been affecting the world for a few years now, and there's a huge movement in restoring these corals. And these turbines provide a perfect space for these corals to be restored on.
To encompass both of these regulations we just mentioned, we have a safety protocol set in place, which if it's not met, we will not install any of these turbines. But basically, the safety protocol includes low animal traffic in the area where the turbines are going to be installed, consciousness of the species of corals that can be restored in the area, because we don't want to invade the ecosystem and just place a coral species just because. We have to make sure that it belongs in the ecosystem that we're putting it in. As well as we're going to place proper caution signs and just make people aware that the turbines are there, just for divers or other ships that go through the area, so they know what's below them and they can be safe.
So our market, the people who we're going to be targeting first with these products are mainly schools and universities. We want to introduce a new power source for them because one thing that will make our business sustainable in the fact that it will, giving these power turbines to these schools and universities will provide interest in youth. So people coming right out of school will have the opportunity to be interested and even passionate about green energy and tidal power. This will provide an opportunity for them to help us develop the technology coming right out of university and keep a diverse array of people helping us with this thing. Ideally, these schools and things would be placed on coastal areas so that the energy doesn't need to be transported too far. But 40% of the world lives in coastal areas, so this should provide us with a large market to start off with.
So, how will we make money? What's our progress so far? So far, we have installed 6 turbines in the United States in 5 universities and 1 school. We saw our first turbine in Florida in 2016 based off of seed investment and with our small team that we had at the moment. Now, due to our bigger team and continued investment, we have been able to install all these 6. So in 2 years, we have shown a massive growth, and we believe we can continue this potential and just have turbines in all coastal areas in the world and make the world green.
So this is our business model, or how we will carry out our plans of installing our first round of turbines. We will begin by building relationships with schools or universities that are considering installing our turbines. The building of the turbines will begin using the highest quality of materials. Once completed, Current will transport the turbines to their desired location, install them, connecting them directly to the school or university. Once in place, these turbines require minimal maintenance, but Current will provide any maintenance that is required.
So, what are we asking from you? We're looking for $10 million. You may ask, why? Well, our budget is divided into the following matter. 5% of those $10 million will go to advertising and PR. We want to be able to reach out to a big population, to many schools and universities. 25% of that will go to transportation and installation of the turbines. We want to make sure it's safe and our products arrive to destination, put together, not go through any damage. 10% of the budget will go to maintenance of the turbines, and 60%, most of the budget will go to the production of the turbines, because it requires material that, even though it is very easily found, it's kind of expensive, and we want to make sure that the turbines will function well. So until we find a cheaper material, this is what we have to use.
At Current Energy, we want a clean, green future. We will work towards reducing CO2 emissions from the energy industry at the same time as we work safely with the ocean. Thank you everyone for listening. That's our presentation.